why Britain is so upset about the Russia and Ukraine crisis. Here let's talk about such reasons due to which the ongoing standoff between Russia and Ukraine is a cause of concern for Britain. Number 1. Distance. Ukraine is part of the European continent, so it's not too far. Even though Ukraine is not a member of the European Union or NATO, it is an ally of European countries and has a government backed by Western countries. Number 2. Legal liability. Britain has a legal duty to protect the territorial integrity of Ukraine. In 1994, at an international conference held in Budapest, Britain signed an agreement with the US. It promised to respect the independence and sovereignty of Ukraine's existing borders. Both countries had also promised that if Ukraine faced any kind of aggression, then both countries would provide support to it. This agreement is not a treaty of any kind, but this is Britain's formal, public, and written commitment to support Ukraine. Number 3. Opposition to Russia's demands. Most of Russia's demands are unacceptable to Britain. Russia wants NATO to legally promise that Ukraine will never become a member. It also wants NATO to withdraw its forces from most Eastern European countries. But both these demands would break the core principles of NATO. The principle is that the NATO alliance should be open to any European country that wishes to join, and that all NATO members should be sovereign states. Number 4 is potential migrant crisis. If war breaks out in Ukraine and Russian forces occupy large parts of the country, people can flee on a large scale. Ukraine's defense minister Alexei Reznikov said that several million people could go. This disaster will not only be for Ukraine, it will be for the whole of Europe, he said. And the last but most upsetting factor for Britain, fears of an energy crisis. Britain hardly gets any gas from Russia. Most of it comes from the North Sea and Norway. But any conflict in Ukraine could disrupt Europe's gas supply. The gas that comes from Russia to Europe comes through Ukraine. That pipeline can be damaged during conflict. Russia can also choose a way to stop supplies to Western countries. Europe may halt the Nord Stream 2 pipeline project. This gas pipeline project runs from Western Russia to northeast Germany through the Baltic Sea. The pipeline is currently awaiting regulatory approval. All these disruptions could lead to substantial increases in gas prices in Europe and the UK. Hope you guys have understand.